Hello, I'm Matteo, the Chief Mobile Opinionist here at Tech Travel Geeks. And sadly, whilst filming my last Drone Sunday video, I crashed the DJI Mini 2. And so I've had to resort to buying a DJI Mini 3 Pro. It was a good excuse to upgrade. But in a later video, I'll also do a video where we attempt to fix the DJI Mini 2 and change the GPS module. But for now, we're going to focus on unboxing the DJI Mini 3 Pro, and we'll be following this video up with an unboxing of the Fly More package, which is now a separate purchase, as well as some setup videos for the DJI Mini 3 Pro. So if you're not already, please do subscribe to the Tech Travel Geeks here on YouTube, where we'll make this series of videos. As well as drone videos, we cover consumer electronics, gadgets, accessories, and pretty much anything else we think makes the travel experience better. So first thing I'm going to do is take the cellophane off the device with my jerry-rig everything knife. And as you can see, it has a picture of the DJI Mini 3 Pro option I went with. You can purchase the drone on its own without a controller. You can purchase it with the controller similar to the one I had on the DJI Mini 2. But I decided to go with this inbuilt screen dedicated controller, which doesn't need a smartphone this time, mainly for convenience. Right, first things first, let's get the seal off the cardboard box and open it up. Oh wow. So first thing that you notice is that on the inside of the box, it has the QR code to the DJI Fly app and video tutorials. Great. What else is in the box? So the DJI Mini 3 Pro in its plastic case, plastic thing. And this is a 249 gram drone with multiple arms. It has a 3-axis gimbal stabilization for the camera module there. This camera module apparently can take vertical video, and we'll go over that in a bit more detail once we've done the setup and first flight. It has some very obvious object avoidance sensors here, as well as the ones on the bottom side. But overall, this is an impressive package for something that weighs 249 grams. This is more or less the equivalent of a couple of phones with cases stacked upon each other. Let's see what else is in the basic box. So this is a cardboard insert, and on the inside we have the remote control, and then we have a box that contains, let's see, in this case it's a USB Type-C to USB Type-C cable. DJI have moved with the times, and it's now Type-C to Type-C. Last year, if I'm not mistaken, it was Type-A to Type-C. And there's also extra propellers here, A and B marked. And we'll probably do an extra few videos about how to change propellers. As well as the propellers, there's a little screwdriver, which is very handy for those changes. What else is in this sleeve? So it looks to be all documentation. So we have a quick start guide, some safe things, share the skies, consider others, be respectful. That's from the Civil Aviation Authority of New Zealand. There is one basic ones from the Australian government, interesting, very international. We have the DJI, this looks like Japanese to me, the DJI Mini 3 Pro safety guidelines, SAR regulation compliance. So there's quite a few leaflets in here, as well as a couple of silica gel sachets. These are really handy for keeping your bags, the contents of your bags, dry whilst you're traveling. Just pop them in your bag and they do a good job. So that's it. So you don't get that much in the box. Let's have a quick look at the controller. Take it out of its plastic bag. So the controller doesn't need a smartphone anymore. So you have this controller with dedicated buttons for snapshots and starting and recording. You have, this is a gimbal adjustment wheel and a zoom wheel. You've got your controller pad, and at the back, as well as what looks like a heatsink and fan, you have the little controller nibs or knobs. So those, unlike the other one which screw into the controller, these screw onto it, and we'll go into that in a little bit more detail next time. But it's a nice setup with the screen under it, which makes it a bit more practical than having to take a smartphone out, use your drone whilst dealing with incoming messages and phone calls. But overall, I think this is a really nice solution. It is more expensive than the standard controller or the controller-less version, but I think that since I'm carrying the carry bag around and some extra batteries, this is a good solution. And the drone itself is incredibly dinky. One of the things that I've seen that apparently is a big advantage is the fact that you can pop the legs out independently. They're not dependent on you doing one set of legs before the other, as with the DJI Mavic Mini and the DJI Mini 2. But it seems to be actually a larger device with a same weight as the DJI Mini 2. It has a nice plastic body, and let's see, there's a sticker here, and there's the USB Type-C port and the micro SD slot there, and we can do some separate videos on how to install or set them up. But what I find interesting is we've gone away from a design where the back of the device has a flap for putting a battery in. With the DJI Mini 3 Pro, once you have the front legs extended, you take the battery out like that. So there's no flap. That obviously maybe makes the device a bit lighter, but it seems to be a bigger battery. Not only that, this is the basic battery, the standard one, which keeps the weight of the drone at 249 grams or less, but you can buy an extended battery which will provide up to 45 minutes flight time. But according to the packaging and according to DJI's website, the DJI Mini 3 should offer you over 30 minutes flight time, obviously depending on conditions. So we'll be putting this through its paces quite heavily over the next few months, but I think this is a good start as far as unboxings go. Obviously, as I said, we'll be also unboxing the Fly More package, which I purchased separately because that's the way it works now. I will also be doing setup videos for how I'm setting up the drone. So if you enjoyed this video, thanks for watching this far. If you don't already, please do subscribe to the Tech Travel Geeks here on YouTube. But for now, thanks for watching and goodbye from me.